Foreigner visa officer. And what do you do when the visa officer asks you why? When the peace officer asks you why, there could be a number of things that they're asking you. Why you want to go for tourism in the US? Why do you want to study engineering? Why did you choose this university? Why is your uncle willing to pay for your college studies? These why questions are actually the most important ones. Because it's not what is right or what will you study in engineering right. It's not an answer that actually tells the visa officer very much about your situation, about your qualifications, your credentials, your motivations, and most importantly your intent. Which what they're expecting is that your intention would be to go to the US and return to your home country. These why questions are the questions that allow you to elaborate on your thinking and your reasoning and your planning, and tell them why you're going to do what you're going to do. Okay, now what I see most visa applicants doing wrong when they're asked why is that they provide a written memorized response that actually is not the real answer to the question. They memorize something that they're told by someone on the internet or an unsavory agent out there. That is, they tell them this is a good answer, or why did you choose the University of Wisconsin? Or they have a great student-faculty ratio and it's a very safe campus. And the laboratories are state-of-the-art. These are not the reasons people choose a university. It's not that some information you read on the university's website. Perhaps a Wikipedia article, right? That's definitely not right. There are thousands of universities in the United States. Thousands of them, and if you were to just randomly choose a university, that's not the way people do this. You know, students in the US, they have a process that they go through, and it's a personal process when they choose a university, and that's what's happening when people choose universities abroad. As well, when I talk to a lot of clients and I ask them this question, many times it takes us 10 minutes before the student realizes they need to just tell me the real reason they chose this university. 10 times they start by telling me, oh, you know, it's because you know they've got a great program in this, that, or the other thing. Listen, unless you're going to Harvard or Yale, you can't really say that the school is the best. And so that's why you chose this school, right? There are always other considerations. Maybe you chose this school because they gave you the biggest scholarship. Maybe you chose the school because you went to a university fair in your home country, and this was one of the schools that were there and you like them. Maybe there's an educational consultant that you've worked with that recommended this school. Maybe you know someone, a classmate, or a family member who attended this school. Maybe you want to live in that city because you've always dreamed of living in Los Angeles, or New York, or Chicago, or Texas. Whatever the reason may be, those are the real reasons that you need to talk about when you list those real reasons and you tell that real story to the visa officer. That's what's going to bring your story to life. That's going to make them feel confident that you're being sincere and legitimate, and giving them the real reasons why you chose this university. Anything that is inauthentic, that seems prepared by rote, is going to distract from your application, because it's going to make the visa officer think, this person is not being legit with me, they're not being sincere, they're not being real. This is obviously a prepared answer. I need to know the real information. Okay, so when you're asked why you want to go to the US for tourism, don't say something like, oh, the US is a wonderful country and you know it's the most beautiful. Whatever your real reason is, that is the time, those why questions, that are the time that you get. That's your prime opportunity to give that visa officer some inkling of who you are as a person. Let them know who you are. If you can do that, you can make some connection with the visa officer, where they feel like they understand you, they know what you've been thinking about. When you made this decision to go to the US for work or study for tourism, then you're already halfway there to getting your visa issue.